G'day and welcome to another episode of Halfling House. And today I'm just going to go through a bunch of different Halfling options that I could use for warbands or to add to my Citadel Halfling army. So you can see on the screen here, these are your traditional C11 Halflings, which make up the bulk of my army. You can see they've got some pretty amazing sculpts here and a big variety. I'll bring up a color version. So yeah, tons of character there, so many different poses. A little hard to make up, say, a regiment of archers or a regiment of spearmen or a regiment of men-at-arms and so forth. But, that's kind of the challenge, but also half the fun around it. Yeah, these minis are just, for me, the best Halfling models ever made, full of character, animation, really, really amazing. And they're pretty small. You can see in the bases, these are 20mm bases, so they're pretty tiny there. In the Citadel range, they also had these older, these were the pre-slaughter lead Halflings. Most of them were actually lead, and they're not as good sculpts as the C11s, but you can see got heaps of character in these as well. And these make up part of my army. So you got like Cecil the Ogre Slayer. He's very iconic. And then you have various other C11 Halflings with the barmaids and men-at-arms. So just so much character. Yeah, for me, these are just what all Halflings are judged by. Other people might, prefer realistic Halflings or bigger Halflings. I'm not a big fan of a lot of the like Mantic Games Halflings and so forth. So anyway, in this video, I'm going to go through my short list of Halflings that I plan to buy in the future to add, maybe make a Mordheim warband or, different regiments for my Halflings. So you can see here, these are old school miniatures Halflings, and these are really in line with those old C11 Halflings. Really good value on these. I think you can get this whole display here for around £64. And it works out really good to Australia because you don't pay tax shipping to Australia, and it's only £10 to ship. So it's actually cheaper for me to buy these and ship to Australia than it is for someone in the UK to buy these. But yeah, it's cool that we finally get, not shafted on freight to Australia. So you can see lots of variety here. You have a mounted leader, so like metal mounted Halflings and this sort of character are really hard to come by. So this is like a command set there with standard bearer and a really cool leader in armor and with his helmet, his visor up, and trumpeter. So these two poses, the left and the middle, there's actually Citadel Halflings that almost look exactly like these. So I don't know if I think they're different sculpts, but maybe they've just been inspired by those Citadel ones. So you can see, yeah, that's the back of them. Really cool there. Nice paint jobs on those as well. Just really suit the whole Citadel theme. And then you have here, I think it's like 8 archers and 1 slinger. And yeah, these have got heaps of character there. Not a big fan of the slinger, but yeah, some cool poses to make up. You could make a Halfling regiment with maybe if you can source another 10 Halflings or buy two packs of these. Really like the piggyback Halfling. So really cool, lots of expression, nice simple sculpts. Remind me a little bit of the Harlequin Black Tree Design Halflings as well. So yeah, these are pretty cool. So I'm looking to add these to my army in the near future. Some of the faces, heads, I'm not that fond of. Like this one here looks a bit strange. The one in the bottom middle row. The piggyback one's really cool touch there. So great little Halflings there, and this is the back of them. So pretty in line with the C11 Halflings, detail-wise, sculpt-wise. Really, really fantastic. And then there's some militia here. It's not too bad. Some of the heads I'm not keen on. So the top left, I don't like that head. Maybe it's the paint job. Maybe it's better in person. And also top middle on the right. the spearman there. The sculpt on the head's not the greatest, but again, it could just be the paint job. But yeah, like again, these are in line with the Citadel models. So yeah, they're really cool. Let's bring up these halfling characters as well, which are really good. So you have like a medieval knight in full armor, which isn't very common. Another sort of rare style mini is a halfling with a rifle. That's not very common. A nice halfling thief. This guy here with a flail, which is really cool. Again, and I like his the bottom right, the sculpt on his face as well. The wizard bottom left, I'm not too keen on, but you know, you don't get too many halfling wizards. So yeah, it's a really good set. This, so you can see it's £65, and I think you got around 30 models. So that's very good value, like extremely good value. I've been told these are the scale of the not the Citadel, but more the Warhammer Empire halflings. But they look smaller in this, but these could be on 25mm bases and not 20mm. But these are really awesome on my shortlist. Will probably be some of the first that I'll look to buy. And then I just stumbled across these halflings from Satyr Art Studio. It's a sculpture in the US, and these guys are awesome too. I only just found these the other day. Really great sculpts. I think he's got around 20 minis, and I'll go through them now. So this is like the set of every different sculpt. I don't really like to have duplicates in one regiment, so that works for me. And these, it's 108 US, and I think it costs $20 US shipping. So that works out about, I think, 180 Australian dollars. So a bit pricey for, in comparison to this, would work out the old school regiment for 30 miniatures to get to Australia would be 120. So for this 20, it's 10 less minis and another $50 on top. So this is the halfling command with a standard bearer, a hero, a musician with a flute, and then they've got 4 different archers. So I like these in like sort of like a medieval Bretonian style, which is common for the archers in this sort of character. So yeah, there's 4 archers there. And then this is something that's different, is the whole halberds. I'm probably pronouncing that wrong. There's 5 different models. These are full of character. I don't think these photos he's taken are doing them justice. I've seen other photos where the detail on them are really, really good. So there's 5 halberds there. Or is there 6? Yeah, that's 6 different models. So that's cool. Again, with like the Bretonian style armor. And then there's another command set, which is probably for them. I do like the standard bearer, a drummer, and then that's like the sheriff model in the bottom left. So these are really cool. There's a one-off spearman, but you could throw them in with the halberds. It wouldn't make a difference. And then 3 slingers. Not a huge fan of the slingers, like this, not in regards to sculpts, but I don't really like slingers. I'd rather have archers or like a men-at-arms, but you know, that's 20 unique models. I haven't seen many examples of these painted, but they're actually, you can see the detail better in this main photo, the character and the quality on them. It looks fantastic. And I've been told these are like really in scale with the C11 halflings, which are quite small, are smaller than most halflings and smaller than the Warhammer Empire halflings. So heaps of character there. So I'm debating which unit to buy first. I kind of leaning towards this because of the character, and then they're so different, and they'd make a really good warband for Mordheim as well. I think that would be awesome. But then these are really cool too, and really good bang for your buck. So I'm going to get both at some point. Just haven't decided when. And yeah, he also does a lot of old school style miniatures. And these are his ogres, which are, again, are very similar to the old Citadel Lanchnet ogres. Very similar sculpting style, full of loads of character. Absolutely love those. Wouldn't mind picking one of them up as well as an ogre But I feel they wouldn't fit with these style halflings because they're medieval. You'd probably have to run them with the Warhammer style halflings. Now there's this guy from Crooked Dice, which I really like. Yeah, he's almost like an elven art, how would I say, like a halfling and like elfish armor. So maybe he's gone and lived with the elves for a bit, or just, you know, a character model. So a really cool model, lots of character there. So I'm thinking of picking this up. The only thing about him is maybe he doesn't fit in so well with all the other halflings. He's very unique, but I might just do like a regiment or a warband of just a ragtag of different style halflings. So this model is very cool. So that's one I'd like to add to my warband at some point. The only thing coming from Australia, if I'm buying like one-off models, is the postage often costs like 1 to 2 times the price of the figure. Although he said on this, I think it would only cost me like £5. So probably cost me about 20 Australian dollars to get this model here. And then the next I'm looking at, this is an Etsy store, and it's from Bane Art. And yeah, he's got a halfling warband, which is pretty cool. But this model in particular, I really like. He'd go, I think, really awesome as in a Mordheim setting. Just lots of character there. Yeah, really love the sculpt. So that's one I want to add. And then he also has this cool halfling thief as well. So you can see in the green, the quality of the sculpt is excellent. He does have more miniatures. Let's go. So he's got this warband here, I think. No, these are the archers. So they're not too bad. Maybe not as nice as a lot of the other archers. Then he's got some fighters there. Again, not too bad. A bit of character, so kind of cute. They're a bit more on the I suppose about $10, 10 Australian dollars a halfling. This one's kind of cool. A piggyback halfling. So yeah, maybe I'll add some of those. Although I think the first two fit better with what I'm aiming for. So there's some cool halflings. Now this is a really cool guy. This is like a conquistador halfling from Grimforge Miniatures. Loads of character. Would make an awesome halfling scout or cook. Yeah, just a really cool model. So I'm looking to get that. So he's €7.50. I think just the freight was very expensive just to get one model. But that's really cool. And I think I found some more 3D halflings. And who makes these guys? Sorry, so this is from like an online print store, but I can't see the sculptor. Ezipion. I'm not sure if that's a sculptor or not, but this is one of the nicest halfling sculpts I've ever seen. And again, this is like a conquistador themed halfling. Like, look at the detail on that. Really, really cool. Great. Like, look at those details. Fantastic. You know, if you can get that like for $5 or $6 or euros or whatever it is. What's this? This is the size, so about 20 millimeters. So I'm not sure how. I don't think he would scale up with the C11 halflings, but could be something I could throw in with these guys because I feel they're a bit bigger. And then with this guy. But like, look at the, really great, really awesome halfling, barefoot, facial hair. So that's really cool. And I think that he also makes these. So these are more conquistador halflings. So maybe the first one is the leader. So you have like a spearman, great sword, halberd with spear. This guy's cool. Double musket, dual archer. Really great character. So yeah, you can. I don't know how well you can see those. Again, details on these are fantastic. Would make a really awesome Mordheim warband, duelist with dual pistols, like how that's so cool. And then another duelist here with a sword and knife. Heaps of character. So many like really cool miniatures you can get. Crossbowmen, spearmen. Yeah, really awesome. And I think that warband, it's like, I'm not sure if that's US dollars or euros, but that's saying like $20 there. So like for how many minis? What, 8 minis? That's a bargain. So yeah, here's another photo of the guy I was showing you before, so you can see that detail. That's who makes them, Castilla Escorta. So like $6 for that. That's awesome. But the same sculptor, I think, makes these Halfling Witch Hunters, which are really cool as well. I have a like Witch Hunter warband. I don't think these guys would fit in with my army. They're a bit true, like more, like they're very Mordheim, but they're not the sort of the C11 cutesy style halflings that I like. I don't think they'd fit in with those, but maybe as a standalone warband, that'd be really cool. So you can see these guys are absolutely amazing. Big fan of these guys. Whether I probably wouldn't buy them for my warband, but they're still fantastic, and you can get those for like 20 US dollars. I'd probably be more inclined to go the Conquistadors. Get those, get this guy, get Chorizo, throw them all together. Let's call it a warband, little halfling warband. So yeah, they're really awesome. And then they do this really cool mercenary ogre, like an absolute brute. Like, yeah, that's like pretty epic. So that would be perfect for a Mordheim warband as well. Like, imagine you got your little cutesy halflings, and then you just got this absolute monster backing them up. So that's a cool model, and I think the details on that are pretty good. And then another one is more printable files. These are from MOM Minis, and this is like the hero set. So you've got like a hero, another hero, and 2 wizards and a battle standard bearer. But I particularly like this guy. So this is what I'd probably look to go with. He's, as the hero, he could be like a general, pretty much a perfect general for a Warhammer or a Citadel Halfling. Not a big fan of that one. That would be cool. I don't really like the wizards as much. But yeah, I definitely would like to get this guy and maybe the standard bearer. So they're pretty cool, and they've got a bunch. They've got like heaps and heaps of halflings. Let's see what else. So these are like the archers. So these are really good for making up regiments. The details are good, but you only have like 3 different poses that are almost exactly the same but slightly different. And then your command group. But they're good for making up cheap regiments. So if you wanted like a big halfling army, they're really cool. Not all of the models I like, but those are good. And then this is what I really like. This would be cool for a halfling army. So it's a war chariot based on the old Empire war chariots. So it's driven by 2 goats, mountain goats or mountain sheep, and then it has 6 halflings, 3 mounted and 3 with weapons. And the detail on this is actually excellent. I think having even just these 6 halflings, you could have them in a warband for Mordheim or as characters separately. Just the detail on them are really, really cool, and the big weapons they have. So those are pretty awesome. But I've always wanted something like this, or a steam tank for my halfling army. So that is also on my wish list. And let's have a look at battery designs. These are another a group of halflings that go well. Where is Black Tree? I might have to come back to it. I can't find their website. It doesn't always come up. Okay, I'll leave it to another day. But anyway, yeah, to complement all my Citadel Halflings, here's, yeah, all the different ones that I'm looking at. Kind of plan to buy most of these at some point, maybe over the next year or so. Maybe not the Witch Hunters or the Conquistadors. But yeah, most of the others I'm looking to get. So yeah, cheers for watching. If you've painted any of these up, shoot me a message. I'd like to see, how they look, or if you've seen examples of other people fielding these, share that with me as well. That'd be really cool. And yeah, thanks for watching, and I hope you enjoyed it.